Hey, Raleigh. Quick look at your poster here. You guys are probably going to want to also have like the station logo or MPS logo, something like that, on there. We also should get the logo from Accesso on here, since Accesso was the one that actually paid for our this EXO that you're using. So let's get them thanked as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. So this looks like a good first start. Although there still needs some editing here. I can't tell if it's because there's some errant spaces in here or because you've justified it, but there's some weird spacing in here. So look at that again. Um. Yeah. Okay. So I talked with Kyle about this map yesterday. I think I don't. This map is not right in the sense that it's weighted way too heavily. So right now it's suggesting here's the map, and this is as important as your data, for example, and it's not right, and it's not particularly important other than to say we're looking in. There's this watershed. There's this watershed. There's that. So one, we can just trim the map to be smaller. And then two, we can probably have in other words, be more focused on the topic of interest in the map, which is the watersheds. And secondly, we could maybe make it a bit smaller, perhaps breaking up the introduction and methods, or between the background and introduction. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, so here's the things we're measuring. Here's the thing we're measuring. I'm a little, yeah. So I don't know. There's something about this I don't like, the fact that there's text down here at the bottom, but then there's space here. There's something about the alignment just is kind of bugging me. Not kind of bugging me. It is bugging me. So we need to revise this a bit. Get this tighter. There's all kinds of. I can't tell if that. I don't think that's my screen. I think that's you. Yeah. I don't know what all this weird white stuff is here, but it's looks like there's an image or something. Oh, maybe you didn't properly erase all. That's what it is. So you erased a lot of the background, but not all of it. So these things are still you didn't clean up the photo well enough. That's what it is. Okay, let's look at your figure. I think it's a little bit hard to interpret this. What if we did something like August, December, June, April, July, October, January, and then drew a line underneath here that said 2005. A line, well, that one just say 2006. The line here would say 2007, 2014, 2015. I don't know. It's at least worth a shot. And okay, so next is this issue with error. So you can't, just like you can't have error that's negative, in a real world thing, you can't have more than 100% of whatever the nitrate. We can't have more than 100% nitrate reduction, in other words. So by definition, this error bar can't, technically speaking, exceed that top one. It's a proportional. So the proportion is bounding the values between the top bar and the bottom bar. So I would, if that's the case, I would leave the error bar, but then cut it off at the very top. Also, this brown, I think this brown is too brown when we have black error bars. It's too hard to read the error bar, so I would pick a different color in there. And I don't remember, is the color coordinated? Is that orange Kamada, green, 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 orange Kamada? Okay. So then maybe if you already made the map, maybe you don't want to get rid of this, or maybe you want to make this more like light tan type brown as opposed to this dark chocolate brown. Okay. Okay, yeah. So what's a pattern you're trying to show here, other than there's no water in some years? That overall, I guess the numbers on this side tend to be lower than the numbers on this side. Yeah. Okay. So this needs some work. I'm a little bit unclear why we're showing this one the way we are. Okay. Total annual precipitation. So how does this relate to this? Right. So if we're gonna do something like show precipitation, we need to also have like the max nitrates or loading mean loading of nitrates or something like that. Okay. Yes, this is my first comments. I think you want to say at least something. So you've shown one of the many parameters you measured, but you talk about all these other things you've measured. So you need something in there talking about consistency of the data. It's the same story from 1 to 1. Most of them show any difference, except for this one does, etc. And then also you should try doing an analysis. Well,